Hello, my friends. Look closely at your own life or the lives of women you cherish. How many times have you witnessed it? A woman, truly good, kind, intelligent, empathetic. A woman who seems to possess every quality one could possibly desire. In a partner, she invests her heart, her soul, her very being into a relationship, only to find herself left, abandoned, confused. And the question that echoes in the quiet chambers of her mind, a question that has haunted generations of women, is this: why do men leave good women? This isn't a question for the faint of heart. This isn't about blaming or shaming. This is about unearthing a truth so profound, so often overlooked, that it will shatter your preconceived notions about love, about attraction, and about yourself. This is the truth no one tells you. And it begins with a shocking realization. Often, men don't leave good women because they're bad men, or because the women aren't good enough. They leave because of a deep, often unconscious, dissonance between what is good and what is right for their own soul's journey. Before we dive into the depths of this ocean, if you find yourself nodding along, if a part of you recognizes this truth, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit that like button, join our growing community of truth seekers, because here, we don't just talk about relationships, we explore the very architecture of the human psyche. We unravel the mysteries of attraction, and we forge pathways to profound personal growth, often guided by the timeless wisdom of minds like Carl Jung. You see, society has conditioned us to believe that goodness in a partner is the ultimate prize, and indeed, it is vital. Kindness, loyalty, support. These are the bedrock of any healthy connection. But what if I told you that sometimes a man leaves not because he doesn't appreciate your goodness, but precisely because of what that goodness triggers within him? It's a paradox, isn't it? It's like a beautifully designed, perfectly functional bridge, but to a destination he's not yet ready to reach, or perhaps a destination that leads him further from himself. Let's journey into the philosophical currents that underpin this phenomenon. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, once mused, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. And while he spoke of life's cycles, his words resonate profoundly here. For a man to truly begin a new, authentic phase of his life, he often must end a phase that, while perhaps comforting and good, no longer serves his internal imperative for growth. This isn't about cruelty. It's about a deep, often subconscious, drive for individuation, a term Carl Jung used to describe the lifelong psychological process of differentiating the self out of one's conscious and unconscious elements. Think of it this way: a woman, a good woman, often represents stability, comfort, and perhaps a certain predictable future. For a man who is still wrestling with his own unaddressed shadows, his own unfulfilled potential, his own inner chaos, this very stability can feel like a cage. Not because she is a cage, but because his own internal landscape is demanding a wilder, more untamed journey. He may feel a pull, a gnawing discomfort, an inexplicable urge to break free, not from her, but from the person he has become in the relationship, or from the person he fears he will become if he stays. He is fleeing, perhaps, from the life within himself. This isn't about her lacking something. It's about him lacking something within himself that he believes he can only find by venturing out alone. It's not that she's not enough, but that he is not yet enough for himself. He might crave a confrontation with his own fears, a test of his own resilience, a period of solitary introspection to uncover his true self, unburdened by external expectations. Even if those expectations are lovingly placed, we often confuse alone with lonely. A man who leaves a good woman might, paradoxically, be choosing to be alone in order to truly find himself, rather than being lonely within a relationship where he feels disconnected from his own burgeoning soul. This is where the shadow work comes in, where the unconscious yearns for expression. Jung taught us that the shadow contains not just our dark impulses, but also our unacknowledged potential, our unlived dreams. For some men, the presence of a good woman can inadvertently stifle this exploration, because her very presence demands a certain conformity, a certain societal expectation of being a good partner, which might clash with his deeper, more primal need to discover his own raw, unrefined essence. So, when a man leaves, it is often not a rejection of her value, but a desperate, albeit clumsy, attempt to reconcile with his own. He might be seeking a transformative experience, a symbolic descent into his own underworld, a trial by fire that he believes he can only face And here's the most difficult part to accept. Sometimes, for his own growth, he needs to experience the discomfort, the pain, even the chaos that comes with such a decision. It's not a reflection of her worth, but a testament to his own internal struggle for authenticity. This brings us to a crucial reframing of stereotypes. We're taught that men are logical, that they seek comfort and ease. But below the surface, beneath the veneer of societal conditioning, lies a deep well of instinctual drives. Sometimes, what looks like an irrational decision to leave a perfect situation is, in fact, an instinctual pull towards individuation, a primal scream from the soul demanding to be heard. It's the yearning for something more, not necessarily more in a partner, but more in life, more in himself. Consider the interplay of need and choice. Many relationships begin from a place of need, a need for companionship, for validation, for security. And while these are natural human desires, true, lasting connection often blossoms from a place of conscious choice, from a place of wholeness rather than deficit. A man who leaves a good woman might be unconsciously striving to reach a point where his connection comes from a place of choice, not need. A place where he is choosing a partner because he is complete in himself, not because he requires her to fill a void. This is a journey from weakness to maturity, a journey often undertaken in solitude. The language of the soul is not always logical. It is poetic, rhythmic, sometimes metaphorical. And in this dance of leaving, there is often a profound, if painful, rhythm. He leaves not because she isn't good enough, but because he is not yet ready to be the man he needs to be for her, or for himself, in that partnership. He might need to shed old skins, confront old demons, and ultimately discover his own inner authority before he can truly commit from a place of strength and conscious choice. This isn't to say that all men who leave good women are on a noble quest for self-discovery. Of course not. Some are simply immature, cowardly, or unwilling to face commitment. But for a significant portion, the story is far more nuanced, far more intertwined with the complexities of the human psyche and understanding. This nuance is liberating. It shifts the burden of self-blame from her shoulders. It allows her to see that his departure, while painful, is not a judgment of her worth, but a reflection of his own unfinished business. So, where does this leave you, the good woman, the one who has given so much, only to be left with questions? It leaves you with power, the power of understanding, the power of reframing, the power of realizing that your worth is not, and has never been, dependent on a man's ability or willingness to stay. Your goodness is an intrinsic quality, a radiant light that shines independently, and perhaps, just perhaps, his leaving is not an end, but a catalyst for your own deeper journey of individuation. It's an invitation to explore your own inner landscape, to discover your own strengths, your own untamed desires, your own unlived life. It's an opportunity to move from a place of waiting to a place of creating, from a place of needing validation to a place of self-generated wholeness. This journey, though often solitary, is never truly lonely. It is a journey into the depths of your own being, a pilgrimage to your own authentic self. And as you embark on this path, you will find, as Jung often alluded, that the greatest truths are found not in what others give to us, but in what we discover within ourselves. If this conversation has resonated with you, if it has sparked a new understanding, then I urge you to share it. Share it with a friend, a sister, anyone who needs to hear this truth. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit that notification bell. We are building a community of conscious individuals ready to explore the profound mysteries of the human experience, to live lives of purpose and authenticity. Your support allows us to continue bringing these vital conversations to you. Thank you for being here, for being open, and for being you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep shining your inherent light.